So right now we're at the point, you have their prison, meaning like, this is how shitty your situation is right now. You've gotten them to tell you, and you know, ask them questions to maybe make it worse. Or you ask them again, what's your dream? Where do you want to see yourself? Whatever.
You ask them.
Yeah, you ask them.
Yeah. If this, like for example, my clients, I want them to dream for at least $1 million per $100,000 per month.
Right.
If they don't have that as a dream, if they say 50,000 a month, I'm like, that's it. Then you can have someone to do it for you, right? Why me?
I'm a big ticket titan. Don't waste my time with some 50,000 shit. You're living in lack. Get your shit together. Bump it up to 100,000. Just think it. Just say, what's the number? You know, people are crazy because like people will literally have a dream of like, this is my dream scenario. And it's just like the same house, but the mortgage is paid off. Hey, bigger. And then, so now you have that, you have this.
One of the problems I face with my clients is that they say they have all these dreams and all of that, but once they even reach quarter of that dream, they're like, oh my God, this is perfect. That's all I want. Wow. And then they just stop there.
The way Chris Do says it is that he's basically like, thinking is hard, especially about yourself. So you have businesses calling you and they just don't know what this side of the business is. Like they think that they're good at making their product, and that's fine. And then you just have to consult them on like, what's a good way to get this out there. And it's crazy, like the billions of dollars that are in this on them, because it's like working in TV. One of the things that we've seen over the last 10 years is these like every television network in Canada had a full sales floor calling businesses and selling ads. They are gone. I used to work with some of those sales guys in other places, and they were like, man, it was so fun working for TV, but there's just no money in it. It's all gone online, and there is a bit of a gold rush of like, how is everyone adjusting to online and adjusting to the change of like mass marketing is dead. You got to make ads for your people. So there is quite a bit, I got to say, like of like value that we do provide. And like, we do know what we're talking about. It's just like, you know, second episode. You're basically trying to increase that gap of like, this is where you are today. This is where I'm going to take you, all using their words. What's the next step? Like, take us to the close for you.
Okay, you take us to the close. The way you want to take it to the close is first, you're bridging the gap. You want to tell them how you're going to fix it. You have to give them complete confidence that you're going to do it for them. This is exactly what I was looking for, right? And then say, okay, Mr. Amish, assuming I was able to get you from and then whatever pains they were talking about. So let's say, what are your pains right now, Amish?
The pain is, look, we got people that just can't, they're living in lack. They don't want to just hand over the money and start paying us to write their ads.
For example, if I can get you from this internet connectivity issues and Zoom problems and then make you a big ticket titan, how much do you think would be a reasonable investment?
That's great. Oh, how much is a reasonable price for becoming a big ticket titan? Look, if I'm making $100,000 a month, which I like that. I like your thinking on that. If I'm making $100,000 a month, hey, take 20,000.
One thing a lot of people are so confused about is they see all these gurus selling, hey, if you're making $100,000 a month, what's the problem with 20,000? Paying 20,000, right? That's how all these gurus tell you, but just because the gurus sell that way, most people don't understand how to sell products like cars. You can't say you're gonna make this much from a car, right?
Right.
So it's not really about the money, return on investment kind of mindset. The return on investment is all that an entrepreneur is thinking about. So that's why all these gurus use that. So it's like they try to make you think of that ROI. You're paying 10K and you're making 100K. So you're making a 10x ROI. That's how they make you think. But if you're selling something that's not like tangible, for example, you're selling YouTube services, then you're actually selling the emotion. So if you say, hey, if I got you from trying to hard sell people on the phone to becoming the celebrity authority, and everyone wants to just get on the phone with you instead of you hard selling them on the phone, what do you think would be a reasonable investment? What is that worth to you?
Oh, right. That is worth I mean, you know, I guess we're doing a little role play right now. I mean, that is worth, look, as soon as you make that happen, it's worth $50,000 as soon as it's done, though.
Okay, so the main thing
I'll pay you
is you want to make sure,
bang, we're done. What's that?
You want to make sure they tell you the price right now. The reason I'm asking this question is I want to see what their budget is.
Right.
Right. But you're not asking what's your budget.
Because they wouldn't say. You can ask what's your budget in like very specific situations where people are like coming in for just asking you for how much you charge. But I don't think it'll be a right thing to ask for their budget. Let's say, hey, it's worth 50,000. Okay. If they say 50,000 and you charge 60,000, you can say something like, oh, okay, but you know, unfortunately, Amish, we charge 60,000. Are you comfortable paying an extra $10,000 to get this done? To reach that dream? To become the celebrity authority? You're not saying 60,000, you're saying 10,000.
Yeah, what's 60,000? Because I'll make millions.
So I'm saying the extra 10,000.
Yeah, he's focusing on the Yeah, it's basically, you go to McDonald's and they upsell you, right? Or this is not an upsell, but I'm just saying, do you want to make it a meal or a happy meal, or you want fries with that? So you like, what's an extra whatever dollar?
Yeah. It's like all about that framing. But
yeah, all about that $1, but it's actually the so many dollars you already added up to.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm getting this correctly, you have, and that's your close. Yeah, I've seen people do that as a closing thing too. So it's like you have your prison off the top, just matching with the sales church. But this is like how movies are written too. So you have your prison off the top. This is where they are at the beginning. You have like, this is the dream we could get you to. Here's the roadblocks of why you couldn't get there. Here's where you widen the gap. So you're like, it's even harder than you thought, and it's even further than you thought. But then you do the big but. You say, I got the plan. I can get you there. What is it worth for you? It seems like that's like the process. Then you do the plan, and then you do the close. You just say like.
But the main thing is you want to make sure they come on your side. Usually it's like a fight between two people. You want to make sure they're on your side. Once you're done with the pains and goals and all of that.
Yeah.
Right? They're on your side. They're completely with you. And then you say, what do you think would be a reasonable investment? What is it worth to you?
What are the signs to see, like, when do you know it's time to ask for that? Like, what is this worth to you? Because what is this worth to you seems like.
I mean, you don't focus on getting them to feel that way. Just focus on understanding what their problems are and where they want to be, why they can't do it themselves. You just focus on understanding it. There's just like a byproduct.
Right. You understand the problem well. You pitch the thing. Yeah, I think
you completely understand what their problem is. You feel their problem. Oh yeah, I understand why you're feeling that way. And then you ask them where their goals are, understand exactly what their goals are, and then try to feel what's going on. It's not about getting them to feel that way. Getting them to feel that way is just a byproduct.
Right.
You're trying to understand is the main thing.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, that's what Chris Do kind of says too. He's like, just really genuinely understand their problem. And then I guess people just have too much of an anxiety when they get to that point where they're like, is it the perfect time to ask? It's like, there's no perfect time. When you understand and it's a genuine understanding, you just ask, and you got to have the attitude of like, look, they might say no, but you don't have to close everyone. You're not closing, you're strategizing. Give them the strategy and you say, hey,
if they're not giving so many pain points, then you don't understand, right? What's the natural thing you'd do?
Ask more.
We call it reverse psychology, but naturally, if you don't understand, like let's say I'm selling Anand's services. I'm just trying to look for someone. It's not a big deal. I'm just trying to get someone to do it for me, delegate this. So I'm like, personally, I don't understand. So why are they trying to look for me then? Why do they want to go for me? So I'll be like, so why me? Like you can just go for someone on Fiverr, right? I'm genuinely feeling that. It's not like I'm trying to manipulate them. I'm genuinely feeling that.
Yeah, that's good. That's a.
And they're like, no. I need you because.
Yeah, that's great.